Welcome to the Reality Revolution. Today we're going to talk about prosperity. In particular, I want to talk about bringing true prosperity into your life. Many of us are struggling in a variety of different aspects in our lives. We struggle with our prosperity. Money is short and there is a lack. And we look out at our bank account and we say, I need more money. It's not enough to pay the rent. Yet, with all of this and the way that the world is designed in the system that we live in, we begin to treat prosperity as if it is purely monetary, when in fact, that is not true prosperity. I want to bring true prosperity into your life. We must move beyond thinking of prosperity in purely monetary or materialistic terms. Limiting our concept of abundance to finances ignores the wealth of time, gifts, and abilities that mark truly successful people. True prosperity is having all the resources we need to fulfill the Creator's purpose for our lives and the abiding peace and joy that enables us to be perfectly content in abundance or while facing grave challenges. True prosperity is joy, inexpressible and full of glory. It is possible only when we are absolutely convinced the universe in whom we trust explicitly and exclusively will meet all our needs according to its glorious riches. We must be delivered from defining our desires as needs. The Creator alone truly understands needs, and He is most anxious to meet them. Once we discover what prosperity really is, we can find personal fulfillment and spiritual effectiveness regardless of our circumstances. When the prosperity message is put in its proper place, it allows us to become everything the universe wants us to be. The universe wants us to be prosperous in this life, even as our souls prosper, but we must come to clearly understand prosperity from the Creator's viewpoint. It's not about getting rich, though that's nice. It's about living richly. It's not about gaining wealth. It's about learning the true meaning of wealth and prosperity. Everyone wants to be happy, but not many people seem to experience what their hearts long for. Happiness, however, is not beyond our reach. We can live meaningful lives filled with peace and joy, even though we still have mountains to climb and obstacles to overcome. Through it all, it is possible to live an abundant, joy-filled life. Let me state it in the most emphatic way possible. The Creator desires to bless everyone. The Creator longs for us to experience the fullness of His love, grace, and true prosperity. He loves to lavishly reward faithful followers and stewards. He pours out blessings on His family, those who trust Him, the children He loves, and even some who resist His divine guidance, wisdom, and care. He wants us to continually experience His boundless, limitless love. Jesus said that He came to give us abundance of life. Tragically, this great promise and eternal truth is misunderstood by most people throughout the world to mean abundance in life. It is undeniable and easy to observe that material prosperity and monetary gain do not bring real meaning in life. Simply being wealthy is not true prosperity. In the book, The Progress Paradox, How Life Gets Better While People Feel Worse, Greg Easterbrook answers the question about whether materialism brings happiness. The answer, unequivocally, is no, he says. In fact, even though middle-class men and women in the United States and the European Union have a higher standard of living than 99.4% of the people who have ever lived, Easterbrook says, by and large, they walk around scowling rather than smiling at their good fortune. The all too common sight of people driving their luxury automobiles into a gated subdivision to unload their recent purchases, yet living with frowns on their faces, reveals the vanity and futility of the endless pursuit of wealth and materialism. David Myers, a sociologist at Hope College in Michigan, shared research that indicated more Americans were happier in the 40s, when 1/3 of the population still used outhouses. The reason, he says, is obvious. By the end of the 90s, we were excelling at making a living, but too often failing to make a life. Author and philosopher Henry David Thoreau once observed that far too many people come to the end of their lives and discover they really have not lived at all. The problem, says Kelly Lasson, is that we have been conditioned to believe that yesterday's luxuries are today's necessities. North Americans are bombarded by 3,000 marketing messages a day. Essentially, they all communicate the same message: you can be happy by buying something. In other words, the key to life is getting. This flies in the face of the wisdom imparted by the greatest teacher who ever walked the planet. He said, "It is more blessed to give than to receive." Acts 20:35. Still, most people in the developed world continue their mad pursuit of material gain, thinking it will provide a better life. The Fort Worth Star-Telegram reported in a March 17, 2004 article titled "The Burden of Materialism" that many social scientists now say that research is more and more conclusive that people with many close friends and those in committed relationships are much more likely to be happy. Researchers also found that membership in a faith community greatly improves our chances of happiness in life. The sooner we learn the following truth, the happier we will be. If you want to experience life fully, begin to express life freely. However insignificant you consider your resources to be, you've been entrusted with time, talent, and material possessions that you can share with others who have specific needs. You've been blessed so that you can have a positive impact on the lives of people around you and those who are suffering throughout the world. My wife and I have experienced what the world calls success, monetarily, especially. The amazing thing is that possessions have never brought us the joy we experience daily, nor have they been allowed to rob us of joy. The real issue today is not whether we can live without monetary abundance, but whether we can live with it. Why do so many sincere people invest in books and courses on money, investing, real estate, success, and yet at the end of the day, so few people really achieve it? Why is it that people who make the most money out of the so-called money-making courses are the people who sell the courses? And why is it that people who actually seem to achieve success pay such a high price for it in terms of their relationships, their families, and their health? The answer to all these questions lies in the fact that what people truly want, deep down in the farthest reaches of their chromosomes, isn't to be successful. Instead, they want to be fulfilled. And by that I mean deeply and truly fulfilled, brimming with joy, satisfaction, prosperity, and the feeling of having earned it all. Money by itself, even tankers full of it, is a poor substitute for that fulfillment. Sure, money is great. I'm not saying it's not. And don't worry, because by the time you finish this episode, you'll be well on your way to having a great deal of it. But the fulfillment I'm talking about here is something called true prosperity. The kind of success that usually passes for prosperity in this world is based on compromise, on having one thing but giving up another. It's success with side effects. You make a lot of money, but you give up time with your kids. Or you make even more money than that, but you're depressed because you lack serenity. Or you make oodles of money and you're practically swimming in it, but you earn it by lying, cheating, stealing, and walking over a bridge built of human bodies, and you wonder why you don't sleep well at night. None of these situations, especially the last one, creates true prosperity, because true prosperity is a condition in which you have everything. You have all the money you could ever want, plus the time to be a Little League coach and a roving photographer at children's birthday parties. You run a business that propels itself from one success to another, but you also have joyous connections with the people in your life, your friends, your employees, your colleagues, and even your business competitors. The secret is that true prosperity is really what each of us was put on earth to achieve. And that's the key word here, achieve. You achieve prosperity, not because you're smart or lucky, or because you're so ruthless against your competition, but because you followed the rules of the universe. If you look at life as a business, the original business plan can be said to have been written 4,000 years ago by a group of ancient business consultants known as Kabbalists, and their plan, which is now contained in the world's oldest wisdom, Kabbalah, unraveled the mysteries of life and of the universe. It explained in detail the spiritual and physical laws that govern the human soul. That is a business plan, and if mysteries of life and discussions of the soul sound like religion to you, bear in mind that numerous scientific giants throughout history would beg to differ. Pythagoras studied Kabbalah. Sir Isaac Newton, Zohar, the principal text of Kabbalah, now sits under glass at Oxford University. So why am I mentioning Kabbalah? Well, it tells us that there is a plan that has been ingeniously devised for each of us on earth. And it's not simply about being wealthy or powerful or a famous rock star. It's far more profound than that. The purpose of this game is for each person to be the creator in his or her own universe, to become the cause in one's life and not the effect of it. It means being the proactive creator of your destiny rather than remaining condemned to react passively to each new episode of chaos that comes along. That's what I'm saying when I study and teach reality creation, that reality creation at its core is the very beginnings of true prosperity. It means that life is a business and you're the boss. It also suggests that you are here because you asked to be, which means that you devised the original business plan yourself. You asked to be here in this world of pain and suffering and chaos, and then you forgot. You lived in perfection in a paradise of endless light, and you chose to come here to limit your prosperity. And then you forgot that you ever made that decision in the first place. That's what we're told in the Law of One material. So stay with me. Because even if you claim that you can't remember having made any such decision, bear in mind if you can't remember what you had for lunch a year and a half ago, let alone the blissful 9-month vacation you once spent in your mother's womb, it stands to reason that you don't remember the cosmic womb you inhabited before you descended into earthly existence. The question is, why did you decide to come here in the first place? You had the joy and bliss called the endless world handed to you with no effort, but you turned down the offer. Instead, you decided to relocate your business to a harsh, dark world beset with pain and problems, to a life that Shakespeare once described as a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. But why? I believe the Creator invented this game, this simulation that we have been placed within, to give each of us a chance to be the cause and the creator of our own universe. And true prosperity lies in accomplishing just that. It's about meeting challenges head on and coming out on top. It's about putting the pieces of the puzzle together ourselves rather than being handed the final product. You came here in order to experience what it means to be the creator. You chose to become a proactive participant in the construction of your own paradise. You didn't want the family business handed over to you by dad. You wanted to earn it yourself because you knew that only in the earning would you find true prosperity, true fulfillment. And there's that word, fulfillment, the fulfillment of true prosperity. So that's the purpose of the game. That's the purpose of the simulation. Let's take a look at how the simulation is constructed. Picture this, if you will. Michael Jordan never sees the inside of a basketball court. Instead, he whiles away his time in his own backyard all by himself, dribbling his basketball and idly scoring one basket after another. And picture this. An angel descends and hands you a magical golf club. With this club, your ball soars into the hole every time you tee off, no matter what the course conditions might be. You score a hole-in-one on every shot. time after time. In this reality, would Michael Jordan ever have become the greatest basketball player of all time? The thing that's missing is that there's no opponent. When there's no opponent, there's no game. There's no simulation. And I believe the simulation is a game, as my friend Nick Zay likes to explain. Think about it. Without an opponent, you have no opportunity to challenge yourself and to become great. Greater than you ever dreamed you could be. And certainly greater than you could possibly become just hanging out by yourself. Without an opponent, Michael Jordan would just be a guy throwing balls at a hoop. Without an opponent, there's no challenge, no purpose, no fun. And there is no opportunity to earn fulfillment and to earn true prosperity. In order to have a game, there has to be an opponent. And in the game of life, we have a magnificent one indeed. Our insidiously powerful opponent has been provided to us free of charge by the commander of the universe, better known as the Creator or God. And the opponent has been provided to us for one purpose only, to allow us to overcome him, thereby becoming the cause and not the effect in our lives. But this isn't some namby-pamby opponent we're facing. The Creator knows exactly what he is doing to help us become the boss and not the flunky in the business of life. The Creator has provided an around-the-clock, never-resting, cutthroat competitor who is hell-bent on seeing us fail. Some might say the ultimate competitor is Satan. But the word has woven itself into our cultural imagination to such an extent that when we think of Satan, we conjure up a guy in a bright red suit, complete with a pitchfork and horns. But the competitor is not like that at all. Indeed, there's no guy, no pitchfork, no horns, and no purgatory awaiting us if we're bad. In fact, the word Satan actually means adversary. It is a negative force in the universe that pushes us unceasingly toward chaos. The competitor is scheming 24/7 to devise ways to ruin you and ruin your business. But the truly frightening part of it is that he's not working across town or even down the street. He operates inside your skull. He lives inside of you. He dwells within us. And from this perch, he thinks our thoughts and speaks in our voice. He distracts us and forces us to lose focus. He makes sure we operate like puppets, reacting in a robotic fashion to all the events in our lives. Because when you react rather than act, you are merely a puppet, an effect. And when you are an effect rather than a cause in your life, fulfillment can never be yours. Instead, you will labor for success, but you will sacrifice human assets for financial ones. Hey, if you make the money, you can't make the birthday parties, right? That's the competitor speaking. If we make successful mergers at the office, we divorce at home, money or love. They're mutually exclusive, right? That's the competitor speaking, and it gets worse. Instead of true prosperity, the competitor works to ensure our downfall. Look at it this way. Suppose we come into the world programmed with a preset desire. Let's say that our desire is to earn $1,000. So we harness our energies to do the work, and voila, $1,000. But then, what does the competitor do? He goads us into playing double or nothing, and now we feel that we must earn $2,000. We can't rest because we feel we'll be total failures unless we earn it. So we focus on that $2,000 to the exclusion of all else. So we spend our lives chasing something we never attain at the expense of everything else. Kids, friends, peace of mind, all are sacrificed to the meaningless, robotic, continual game of double or nothing. This is the job of our opponent, our ultimate competitor, and if we follow this path, we will ultimately leave the world unfulfilled, empty, and sad, because no matter what we have accomplished, we will have fulfilled only half of our desires. This competitor, this adversary, is your ego within. The personality structure that's been formed beyond the veil, that is your personality. What Kabbalists saw 4,000 years ago, Jesus 2,000 years ago, quantum physicists saw in the 1900s, and superstring theory now confirms that reality isn't what you think it is. In fact, reality isn't even real. Despite the evidence of our senses, it is a world that appears real purely because of the limitations of our perceptions. Okay, so you wanted to find out how to get wealthy when you clicked on this video. And now I'm telling you that reality isn't even real. How is that going to lead you to prosperity? There is a connection, don't worry, and when you make that connection, you will find out where true abundance and wealth lie. As I was saying, all that you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch makes up only 1% of the universe. It's an insignificant amount, limited by the doorways of our senses. Mother Nature is having a double laugh. Bruce Margun, space scientist, once commented, "She's hidden most of the matter in the universe and hidden it in a form that can't be seen." Some of us call it dark matter, but in fact 99% of the universe is unseen, unheard, and unperceived. So let's call our everyday physical world the 1% reality. And let's call the spiritual world, the world of thoughts, the consciousness and light, the 99% world. The 99% realm happens to be the source of all energy, consciousness, and creativity. In fact, the 1% world is really an illusion. It is a shadow of the 99% world. Nothing exists in the 1% world that doesn't have the 99% realm as its source. Mozart sits down, and when he gets up, he dashes off the entire score of an opera. A business student comes up with an idea for an overnight package delivery business. He calls it Federal Express, and he makes billions of dollars. A successful filmmaker decides to turn his films into reality by creating a cross between a carnival, a World's Fair, and a cartoon. He calls it Disneyland. Each of these ideas come from the 99% realm. Every act of creation, from the humble notion to the ideas that have changed the world or that jumpstart your business, has arisen because somehow someone plugged into the 99% world. Someone emerged from the realm of the five senses, the realm of what already is, and accessed the infinite database of what isn't. So let's summarize these laws of the universe. In the physical realm, you have chaos, struggle, and conflict. It's very difficult to see true prosperity. In place of creative breakthroughs, you have repetition of what's already been done. You have a life that is a lived reaction as an effect of the outside world. In the 99% realm, on the other hand, you have fulfillment, joy, true creativity, and peace that endures. You are connected to the light of the Creator. It is the realm that is hidden from us both by the adversary, by our ego nature, yet it is the only place that truly empowers us to be the boss of our own lives, the creator of our own reality. Just as there are two realms to which you can connect, so there are two kinds of prosperity. First, there's the 1% kind, where you get money but not love. It is here that businesses rise fast and fall even faster, and you have no idea why. And it is here that emergencies happen suddenly. And then there's the 99% kind of prosperity, in which you have not only money, but a life that actually lets you enjoy it. Your life is blessed with love, health, happiness, and true satisfaction. At every moment of your life, you choose which realm you connect to. Connect to the 1% realm and you're the flunky, chasing false prosperity with limited thinking. Connect to the 99% realm and you become the creator of your own reality, opening the door to true prosperity. And this brings us to money. What is money? Money is light. That's the secret of money. I believe that's the secret the Kabbalists mentioned. That's the secret that Jesus taught. Money is not a thing, it is energy. Money is light. This certainly shatters conventional notions of money. Have you noticed how money sometimes seems a bit suspect, more than a little unsavory? Often we feel as if it comes with a tinge of guilt around the edges. Spirituality and money can't legally cohabit, can they? I promise you somebody's going to make a comment on this video that money is evil. And I am not saying that money is evil in this video. If somebody has interpreted the words I've said before this in any way to say that money is evil, then erase that thought. You might say, I have to earn more money. But it isn't spiritual. It's kind of a necessary evil to survive. To be truly spiritual, well, you have to hop on a plane for Tibet and meditate on a mountaintop in silence forever. We are taught that this paradigm of money is simply wrong. In my episode, Money is Energy, Quo even talks about this. And it's wrong for totally scientific reasons. Money is energy. So how can energy be bad? Is electricity bad? Well, use it to light your bungalow and it's good. But stick your finger in a wall socket and it's definitely bad. In both cases, it's the same electricity. It's simply how you've harnessed it that's different. Money is energy. And like all energy, more is better. But energy, like the sun, comes with a warning label. Walk hand in hand with your children in the glow of a Hawaiian sunrise, and it's wonderful. But gaze at the morning sun after dwelling in a cave for 12 years, and you might go blind. It's not the sun that has changed in each case. It's your relationship to it. Money is energy, and if that ever becomes unclear to you, the U.S. government will gladly remind you of it. In the 1960s, the government liberated the dollar from that inconvenient thing known as the gold standard. You used to be able to take a dollar bill and buy $1 worth of gold with it, but this is no longer the case. Today, a dollar is solely a representation of the health of the economy. It is something spiritual, a symbol of confidence. It is energy. This, then, is the astounding truth. There is nothing physical about money anymore. Money is 99%, not 1%. Money is consciousness. A stock trader on Wall Street worth $50 million loses half his fortune in one day when the market crashes and causes his net worth to fall to $25 million. Meanwhile, on that same day, a mailman in Wichita sells a stock short and doubles his $10,000 savings to $20,000. Who goes to bed at night with peace of mind and a deeper sense of security and fulfillment? The stock trader with his $25 million or the mailman with his $20,000? Money is not physical. When you use money to share, to make things grow, to bring great projects into the world, to provide services, it will be a force for good. But if it falls into your life unearned and undeserved, and if you keep it to satisfy your egotistic desires, it can destroy you. That's the reason I was reticent to do Winning the Lottery episode and the Winning the Lottery meditation. That's why I dedicated an episode before doing that meditation to explain the rationale behind it. But if you think money is something to be avoided, money will, at the end of the day, avoid you. The universe as a whole functions like an electrical circuit. As long as the current flows, electricity is good. But if you overload your circuit, you can burn it out. Money obeys the same law. When your attitude toward money is healthy, it will flow and bring you prosperity. And if you move on to help others gain that same prosperity, more will follow. But stop the flow at any time and the overload can be disastrous. You may be holding a winning lottery ticket in your pocket right now, but that may not be a good thing. Studies of lottery winners have repeatedly shown that a sudden avalanche of unearned cash can lead to disaster, not the idyllic fairy tale life depicted in the commercials. If you want to read true tales of tragedy, forget the unemployed, the sick, and the abandoned. Just read about folks who have won mega millions at games of chance. After my Winning the Lottery episode, a friend sent me an article about a story of Jack, who won $16.2 million in the Pennsylvania State Lottery. A former girlfriend sued him successfully for a share of the winnings. His brother was arrested for hiring a hitman to kill him, hoping to inherit a share of his winnings. His siblings hounded him until he agreed to invest in a car business and a restaurant in Florida, both of which never earned a dime and severely strained his relationship with his family. He spent time in jail for firing a gun over the head of a bill collector, and within 1 year, he was $1 million in debt. And he had said, "I wish it had never happened. It was a total nightmare." He lives on Social Security now. When vast amounts of unearned dollars fall into the hands of someone who is just scraping by, someone with no consciousness of money as energy, as abundance, as circuitry, it harks back to our long-time cave dweller who suddenly walked out of his cave and stared directly into the sun. If you are the effect of money rather than its cause, if you have money but did not earn it, you simply cannot enjoy it. This is the rule of the universe. There once was a rich man and a poor man, and the rich man kept giving money to the poor man, giving, giving, and giving. Meanwhile, the poor man kept taking from the rich man, taking, and taking. Finally, rather than feeling gratitude, the poor man began to resent the rich man. Eventually, he hated him. Remember, our world was created so that we could be the cause of our universe to be the creator of our reality. Remember, again, money is energy, so when there is light in your money will grow. And when you recognize that it is the light that helped you earn that money, that it's not your business to hoard it, but rather to keep it circulating by building others' prosperity as well as your own, then the DNA of that money will remain healthy. When we operate with 1% consciousness, with ego consciousness, the energy of the money will be corrupted, and it is then that even $1 billion can disappear overnight. In point of fact, history has recorded numerous family fortunes that have done just that, for in the end, money without light disappears. The adversary doesn't care if you have stashed it in a number account in Switzerland and have hidden the keys at the bottom of Lake Geneva. The adversary has access to every penny you earn and can make your money disappear as quickly as it appeared. Conversely, when you plug into the 99% realm, into source or light consciousness, your business can only go from good to better. You won't settle for 15 minutes of fame, and you won't be a one-hit wonder, because with light consciousness, the limits are gone. Opportunities will come out of hiding and will emerge from the woodwork. A perfect stranger sitting next to you on a train will turn out to have the answer to all your problems. Life will be exciting, every moment will be precious, and every dollar you earn will be hard-won, and you will have true prosperity. Clearly, an essential part of experiencing and living in true prosperity is learned through giving to others and serving others and to the Creator's purposes with a glad and cheerful heart. We look for places to sow good seeds. We look for good soil. We don't focus our attention on the expected harvest, although we know it will come in due season. Our joy comes through the act of giving of our time, our talent, our wisdom, our finances, our service, and every good thing that comes from the Father above. As we are told in Corinthians 9:10, now he who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food will also supply and increase your store of seed and will enlarge the harvest of your righteousness. You will be made rich in every way so that you can be generous on every occasion, and through us your generosity will result in thanksgiving to God. This service that you perform is not only supplying the needs of God's people, but it is also overflowing in many expressions of thanks to God. I could certainly go into detail with this, and there are levels of sharing and giving. There's the begrudging giver, and then there's the global giver. I think each of those have a place. But we were taught by the Master that we shouldn't worry about materialistic things, that if we have faith, that all good things would come to us. And all I'm saying is, don't focus on just the money. I'm saying that money is energy and light, and there is much more to it than you think. And for true prosperity in your life, it's finding joy and happiness in the service that you offer. That is true prosperity. That is what's available to you. I just want you to ponder and think on these principles. Consider that money is light. And as you do, you'll begin to draw down money from the universe in a loving and powerful way. And you will find that your prosperity is effortless. And you will find that your life is fulfilled, more fulfilled than you ever imagined. And the world works better for everyone as well. This is the power of true prosperity. You can demand it, take it, earn it, enjoy it. It is yours. All you have to do is choose the 99% and let go of the rest. You can find all episodes of The Reality Revolution at therealityrevolution.com, and welcome to The Reality Revolution.